Hey there. Welcome to another episode of What's That All About? Before I get into, I wanted to, I thought the irony behind the topic on this, meaning curses, um, is quite timely in the current events that are happening in this country of ours. I wanted to mention that I was, I don't know what the word is, but I was not surprised, let's put it that way, that a certain someone was indicted on 7 counts of some pretty hefty charges. It's I'm slowly starting to believe that consequences are finally kind of catching up to the mortal man that once thought himself immortal. It's dangerous times, people. Dangerous times. And I think that curses, I don't know. I just felt like it was fitting. And honestly, I stay out of politics a lot of the time because it's such a, it's like politics, religion, and, stuff like that. It's just one of those topics you just safely should stay away from in order to just remain neutral. But this is a biggie. And I think I've mentioned about 100 times that I am not a person who lies. Not if I can help it. And if I do it inadvertently, then I'm terribly sorry. But when someone exists solely to deceive and to manipulate and just continue to lie to people who trust so without bounds, without any kind of morality about what's real and what's not, I just get nervous and I feel like I need to speak up. So anyway, having said that, put that aside, but I thought curses, it's kind of like karma a little bit. Some things sort of just catch up to you or surround you and don't let you go. So anyway, after starting this episode, I kind of went, this is just odd, like curses, like, and then I thought back to, I get to it in here, but I was ready to dismiss this altogether as totally just, illogical and whatever, ludicrous, silly, whatever. Are curses real? No, right? No way. Well, apparently, yes way. And there's actually a little bit of science that backs it up. And as an example, there was a study conducted and then published in a journal called I love the name of this, Transcultural Psychiatry. That sounds legit, right? They found that curses have a real psychological impact on people who truly believe that they've been cursed, which that's logical. Just ask the Scooby-Doo gang. They're always, solving curses. It also found that those who believed they were cursed experienced much higher levels of anxiety, depression, and psychological distress. Hand in hand makes perfect sense. So even though curses aren't tangible, like you can't see them, you can see the results of them, right? They aren't really based in reality per se, but they're real here if you believe them. So, and it's important to mention that there is basically such a close relationship between superstition and the fear of curses, like literally a hair of a difference. The effects of both are so similar. In fact, many instances of a claim of a curse should really just be blamed solely on an individual or a group's superstitious beliefs. Okay. For example, if you accidentally break a mirror, right? That's kind of a classic one. The well-known theory around that is that's been accepted in society and all that crap is you suffer 7 years bad luck. Especially, I think if you, or it's different if you look in it after you've broken it or something. I don't know, but it's believed that, some will say the mirror breaking in the first place is because they feel cursed. Okay. And then, saying things like, why does this kind of stuff always happen to me? That sort of thing. And then that's the type of mentality that's one interpretation of the event. And on the other side of it, the belief will be that the person sees the mirror breaking as a sign of bad luck, basically, to come. Like, I'm one of those people that says if I didn't have bad luck, I have no luck at all. It still feels true, but but I'm very fortunate, and I should shut my mouth about that. But they don't feel the personal sense of being cursed, though. The people who believe it's just about bad luck, they just feel like it's some kind of, you know. I think that group's more the superstitious group. Okay, and there's just such. Do you see like the subtle difference? I mean, it's so minute that you can basically miss it all together, in a lot of instances. So even though there's no true scientific, like real scientific proof or evidence of actual curses, it is still believed by some experts that if someone truly believes they've been cursed, they can manifest effects of it. Okay. So, in other words, you can believe so much in a curse that you can actually create yourself, like, you can create headaches, like they said before, anxiety, stomach aches, and all sorts of fatigue, nausea. I mean, a lot of things can go along with that strong belief of a curse. Um, and then similarly, experts believe that curses can be caused by certain environmental factors. So, if there's exposure to toxins of some kind or radiation, that can alter your state of mind, which can lead to the belief. Can lead you to believe that you're seeing, purple unicorns and, fairies. But, well, a lot of people believe in fairies, so we won't use those as an example. But I mean, many cultures, right, around the world have long-standing beliefs in curses, and it's really just about how people perceive them and what they believe. It really is kind of comes down to very basic things. Curses can be pretty complicated and feel very real and dangerous to people, but it really just comes down to what do you believe. Now, historically speaking, curses definitely have made themselves known. Oh my God, have they made themselves known? Now, this is what I was referring to earlier. Well, we'll get to it. So the first one, I just have a couple examples because they're pretty well known. Okay, have you ever heard of the curse of King Tut's tomb? Yeah, well, that is a curse that really gained credibility in February of 1923 when a British archaeological team opened King Tut's tomb, and just 2 months later, the team's sponsor died mysteriously of a bacterial infection. Now, the British newspapers at the time claimed, really without any evidence of it, but more because it was like a fantastical story, that he died because of King Tut's tomb, of opening having the team open up the tomb. There was also a team of people. I think it was the Carter team, and like 4 members or 5 members of one team that went into King Tut's tomb died. I mean, shit, leave the guy alone. Now, another very well-known curse is that of the Hope Diamond. Okay, come with me on a journey to I'm the king of the world. Rose and Jack on the Titanic. Yeah, she had that picture that he painted of all her goods out, plus the Hope Diamond. Um, well, anyway, the story goes that in the 1660s, a French gem dealer by the name of Jean-Baptiste Tavernier purchased a large diamond of unknown origin during a trip to India. Okay, now by the 20th century, a myth had been born in the United States and Europe that Jean Baptiste, I like saying his name, had stolen the diamond from the statue of a Hindu goddess. That is a stupid thing to do. Now, see, I'm superstitious about stuff like that. Like, you'd have to be I would never mess with shit like that. Nope, too many unknowns. And but anyway, so by the bad luck, whoever possessed it after that kind of thing. Okay, by 1839, the diamond ended up with Henry Philip Hope. It's also where it got its name. He was a Dutch collector based in London, and he named it the Hope Diamond. And then it found its way to Pierre Cartier. Cartier. I think that everyone knows Cartier. I don't own anything by Cartier, but I've certainly heard about it. And it's funny because Henry Philip Hope really milked a lot of the stories. He started to generate all like the hoopla around the Hope Diamond. And then when Cartier got it, he did the same thing and then added even more to it. So now keep in mind, a lot of these curses are really just being manufactured to really just get more money for a certain thing and to promote it. Right? I mean, God, even King Tut's tomb. I mean, that one actually seems a little too creepy for words. But so anyway, then the Hope Diamond was sold, top dollar, sold to Evelyn Walsh McLean, and in the early 1910s. But after her death, the diamond was donated to the Smithsonian Institute, where it still remains today. Now, I'm going to finish on a higher note, so this one isn't so serious. But actually, I shouldn't say that because to a lot of people, this is religion. Okay. Have you ever heard of the Billy Goat curse on the Chicago Cubs? All right. Well, I am a lifetime Boston Red Sox fan. And if anyone knows anything about the curse of the Bambino, that shit is real. When you grow up on the East Coast and you eat, sleep, breathe, all of it, Red Sox, Patriots, Bruins, Celtics, like those are that's our oxygen during those seasons. They are they bring people together that just would maybe even hate each other normally, but I'll tell you what, the curse of the Bambino, I grew up believing it. I still will to this day. But anyway, the Billy Goat curse on the Chicago Cubs is, I feel like this is pretty real to the Chicago Cubs fans, okay? So, in 1945, a tavern owner named William Billy Goat Cyanus was reportedly prevented from bringing his pet goat. First of all, dude, a little unreasonable to ask to bring your pet goat in. It's not like they had therapy animals back then. His name was Murphy. The goat's name was Murphy. And they would not allow him to bring him into Wrigley Field to see the Cubs play the Detroit Tigers in the World Series. Supposedly, William Billy Goat put a curse on the Cubs saying they wouldn't win this or any other World Series ever again. Well, prior to this, the Cubs had only won the World Series twice. Now, that was in 1907 and in 1908. So when they lost in 1945, the curse grew in credence and got, legs to it, and it ran. Which I totally get. I so get it. If you don't have any kind of correlation like to draw from, like your past, or you're a fan of something that had this kind of a thing around it, you can't really understand it. It's, oh my God, it's devastating to live through it most of your life. But anyway, they finally did win a World Series though in 2016, and the media claimed that the curse was broken. All's well that ends well. But curses are a curious thing, to be sure, no doubt about it. But I would love to know what you think. If you have a curse that you think, I know as women, I think for the longest time, once you start something in your early teen years, I think you call it the monthly curse or something. That's what I called it because that's how it felt. But that's kind of off topic. I hope that until next time, you are all staying happy and healthy and stay weird, okay? And don't believe in any curses. Superstitions, sure. Don't break a mirror, walk under a ladder, or anything like that. And take care. All right? Bye.